Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a quick video here on gold versus Bitcoin. Before I get started, if you guys can like and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me first start off with a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So if you're seeking financial advice, go get a registered financial advisor to help you with this. This is just purely informational and just my thoughts. So I want to get started here. So I just want to go over the consensus view when it comes to gold versus Bitcoin. Now, gold versus Bitcoin, the consensus view is basically they're gonna be good for as an inflation hedge. Everybody's pretty much worried about deficits, government deficits, all this money printing, Jay Powell's money printer going burr, and everything else. So, you know, if you're holding a lot of money in a bank account, that's the worst thing you want to hear when the Fed is printing trillions of dollars. So people are getting into hard assets, gold, Bitcoin, silver, things like that. Now, my overall take on it, I think they're both very good commodities to hold. I consider Bitcoin a commodity, basically, right? I consider both of them good to hold. So we'll just go over some of the characteristics. All right. So when it comes to Bitcoin, as you know, is a digital asset compared to gold, and I'm talking about gold in the sense of like physical gold. You buy the gold bullion and you just store it in your house, basement, in the backyard, wherever people store their gold. Um, and for Bitcoin, people have their hardware wallets, the Ledger, the Treasure, or whatever vendor you want to choose. So this is basically what I'm talking about, like just a physical or hard asset. So when it comes to Bitcoin, as we know, there's a supply limit. After all the Bitcoin is mined, that's it. There will be no more Bitcoin ever created ever again. So that's always good when it comes to the supply and demand. Right now, as you know, you have PayPal, you have Square, you even have Visa, you have all these companies and institutions buying Bitcoin. And eventually, there will be no more supply. That's why you see these crazy price actions when it comes to Bitcoin. I attribute that to that supply and demand imbalance. Now, gold, each year there's a new supply of gold that comes on the market. It's not like flooded where like there's gold everywhere and people are drowning in gold, but the supply and demand works better in Bitcoin's favor. Now, some of the downsides of Bitcoin, it is way more volatile than gold. Bitcoin, you can go to bed, Bitcoin's at 40,000, you wake up, it's at 30,000, you're like, what the fuck happened? And then 2 hours later, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, 42,000, and you're like, what the hell just happened? So you can see wild price swings. So if you are adverse to risk, Bitcoin is probably not it, because you can't be scared of a 20-30% drawdown. That shouldn't scare you if you own Bitcoin. Now, with gold, it's pretty rare that you kind of see a 20-30% drop. Not to say gold can be volatile sometimes, but nowhere near as Bitcoin. And when it comes to adoption and flows, you're seeing more adoption coming in for Bitcoin over gold, because a lot of institutions are seeing more upside in Bitcoin than gold, and there's a lot more user adoption as we're moving to this world of digital currencies, central bank digital currencies, things like that. So the adoption rate is more digital than anything compared to institutions buying physical gold. Now, are institutions buying physical gold or like the paper derivative GLD? Sure. But, you're seeing more flows going into Bitcoin than not. Now, for all the people that thought Bitcoin was going to zero,
Congratulations, you
so
played
that's
yourself.
right, you played yourself. But not to say, I mean, Bitcoin's been on a wild ride. I think it's basically like doubled within the last like few weeks. Insane. So yeah, there'll probably be some pullbacks. I mean, on Friday, gold got crushed. I'm sure gold will likely go back up. I mean, all this crazy money printing, I'm sure is going to be positive for all the gold bugs out there, and same thing for all the cryptocurrency folks as well. Um, but to wrap things up, at the end of the day, I mean, I would prefer to hold Bitcoin because I'm a little bit more tolerant of risk. But either one is perfectly fine. I mean, would I buy my grandma a Bitcoin and that's her last life savings? Probably not. But if you're putting a small percentage, towards gold and Bitcoin and just see what happens, I don't see anything wrong with it. But anyway, again, thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate it. Thank you.